Hey, good morning, everybody. Making sure everything's cool. Mom, are we good? Okay, good. So I have them watching because I have three screens here. Like I have to glue two to the laptop, and it's just it's a different setup. You always have to make sure it's good, and I think we are good. Yes, I see the captions there. Okay, that's a look at Sibley Lake. Looking lovely out there. 61 degrees. Dew point is 51. Very comfortable conditions across the area. 60 in Alexandria. Dew point's 52. And traffic moving along nicely. Nothing crazy out there this morning. Just to think what happened several hundred miles to our east as Hurricane Milton made landfall as it looks like a Category 3 last night, right south of Tampa Bay. That was crucial because that kept that storm surge going out of the bay. Actually, the water levels drop in Tampa, and then they come around and look like about 5 to 10 feet of surge from maybe around Port Charlotte up into Sarasota County. So now that moves out. We still have storm surge flooding going on in Georgia and South Carolina and the northeast coast of Florida. That should abate later on today as the rain is moving out and that circulation moves on to the east. So that's what it looks like on radar right now. This is your estimate on radar, and we saw a peak total, it looks like, in St. Petersburg of 18 plus inches of rain all through this corridor from Tampa up through Orlando, Port Orange, Cape Canaveral, even up into St. Augustine, about 8 to 18 inches of rainfall. So very heavy amounts of rain. That's all exiting out to the east now. And then along with that, we had a lot of tornadoes spin up. I know some fatalities, I believe, near Fort Pierce. So it was a rough go early in the day with the supercells producing tons of tornadoes. We don't even have an official count on that yet, but I know there were dozens of tornado warnings, and then of course that heavy rain. So that is kind of what happened here. Surge not as bad as we expected, or not as bad as what was possible up into Tampa had we seen this move a little further north, and a last minute wobble kind of saved them right there. But of course that pushed things down to the east, down to the south, and they saw some big issues there. So 3.3 million people without power in Florida right now. Still about 62,000 without power in North Carolina. So it. Yeah, they're getting things back on regarding that up there, but obviously it's going to take a lot longer to get things back the way they were uh, before we had Helene come through. So Helene, it seems like that was just like a few days ago. Now we're on to Milton. So it's like, where was the tropical season? And then you go from H to M in a few weeks. So yes, it is definitely alive and well. Mid 80s, a lot of sunshine today. It's going to be clear, low humidity, comfortable, gorgeous, beautiful, all those words. And then future cast showing nothing. So we have nothing really locally to talk about here. It's just going to be nice. Now we have a cold front, so that's something we will discuss. And it's not going to take too long to do that. Here's your thunderstorm outlook today. Maybe a few up into Oklahoma and North Texas, but nothing close by, nothing locally for us. And through the next week, no rain in the forecast. It's crunchy out there. It's time to get some rain. I think we need that. I think you know that. We are abnormally dry per the drought monitor. And actually, we get an update today. We'll have to see if we have any D1 out there. But some rain in Florida. That's about it. That's departing out to the east. So most of that has already fallen. So not a ton going on even there as they recover. So that's great news. Now look at this. I don't like this. 92 degrees on Sunday. Now I'll be coming home into that. So it's going to be really toasty, but humidity remains low. Remember, we look at overnight lows to see kind of how humid it is. It's a pretty good indicator. So mid 50s the next few days. Okay, that's nice. Gets back up into the low to mid 60s. It's still not that bad. We're in Louisiana. We're used to worse. And then on Tuesday, after that cold front comes through, high of 75, low of 50. I mentioned 60s in a post yesterday, and people are kind of like, huh? Really? It's like, well, low 70s, upper 60s. I definitely think someone stays in the upper 60s at some point next week for a high. Overnight lows in the 40s. I also mentioned the possibility, the outside chance of someone hitting the upper 30s. Am I going a little crazy here? Maybe I'm a little stir crazy because the weather's so boring here, but I think someone might. It's going to be a nice cold front. And actually, we now have blue on the map, and I'll show you that here after I pop my face back up. Got to click back into this now. Technology's weird. There we go. Dry conditions through the 24th. So for the next 2 weeks, I really don't see much happening with the rain. It kind of looks like things activate after that. And you know what? I lied to you. So this one doesn't have the blue in it, but what we're going to do is I'm going to cheat and show that to you. This is the 8 to 14 day outlook. So it kind of equalizes here as we get toward the end of that. We're going to warm back up. But through the magic of me having the system, there's the blue. That's what we're talking about. October 16th to the 20th. That's that 6 to 10 day time frame after the cold front comes through. It's going to feel like fall. You're going to want gumbo, and I understand it. And, I'm fine if you do that in the middle of the summer. But in this case, I think it's warranted. I don't know. I may be out barbecuing. I'm weird. I do that in the middle of the winter. So, however you want to, plan your dinners, that's up to you. All right, I'm going to get out of here. I will see you back here tomorrow. It seems like this worked out well. So I hope you have a wonderful day. If you know people in Florida, check on them. It seems like this wasn't the worst case scenario, but of course, there are a lot of people that this was life changing for. I will see you back here in the morning. Have a great Thursday.